A summer favorite for Packers fans arrives tomorrow. The family night practice, an affordable way for families to enjoy a game-like atmosphere inside Lambeau Field. Drew Best joins now live from Lambeau, telling us how Packer Family Night brings fans in from all over the country. Drew.
Bill and Cammie, Family Night festivities are anticipated to kick off around 1:30 tomorrow afternoon, bringing Packers fans out to Lambeau Field a little bit early to take part in some family fun. The fan walkway along Oneida Street will feature giveaways, sign-making stations, and a variety of games for the whole family. Some fans traveling from out of state have already made their way to Green Bay ahead of tomorrow's practice. Some are regulars for Family Night, others are making their first trip to Lambeau. So far, all visitors say they're enjoying Titletown.
So far, we're loving Wisconsin and everything about it, and the people are fantastic, very sweet and helpful. We're enjoying it very much.
The experience for the kids, the inexpensiveness of it, and them being able to have fun all weekend, and all the events and activities that are pretty much for them.
There are a few on-field activities added to this year's Family Night aimed at fan interaction. Some fans will get the opportunity to test their arm accuracy throwing to a net downfield. One may even get the chance to kick a field goal in front of 70,000 screaming Packer fans. Reporting live at Lambeau Field, Drew Best, Action.